Greetings, friends. We have an opportunity coming our way on March 17th, and I don't want you to miss it. We are going to have our very good friend, our very own Dr. Brandon Graffius, professionally known as the Associate Professor for Biblical Studies and the Academic Dean of the Ecumenical Theological Seminary of Detroit, who we know, of course, as guitar-playing Brandon. He's going to be presenting a Lenten lecture on concerning dust and ashes. And it's based on a book that he's written that's going to be coming out later this year. And it'll all take place in the hospitality room. And it will be from 11:30 to 1:30, and it's going to include a light lunch as well. But to give you a little taste of what to expect, I asked Brandon if he'd be willing to share a little bit of a little preview of what he's prepared.
Absolutely. Thanks, Pastor Kirk. As many of you know, my research for the last dozen years has been focused on the intersection between religion and horror. In this book I wrote a couple of years ago, Lurking Under the Surface, I was exploring many of the horror movies that we see in the multiplex or stream on TV, and the ways in which religion plays a really important part in them. You might think of movies like The Exorcist or more recent things like Midnight Mass. For this new book concerning dust and ashes, I thought I would kind of turn that around and instead explore why there is so much horror in our religion. The Bible as a book is full of horror. Presumably, if the biblical authors had wanted to write a book that was nothing but sunshine, happiness, and people being nice to each other, they could have done that. But that's not the book that we have. We have a book with monsters, with wars, with murders, with all kinds of people doing unpleasant things to each other. So I'm really interested in why that is and how that benefits us as people of faith. What do we gain from that in our spiritual life? The thesis I'm working with is the idea that through experiencing that horror as readers, we get to, through those emotions, have our minds expanded, have our idea of what the world can be changed. So we come to new understandings of the world, the universe, God, and ourselves that we would maybe resist if they were just presented to us as rational propositions.
Now, Brandon's not going to tell you this, but in addition to all of the books that he writes and all the work that he does at the seminary, he is also a highly sought after commentator for national publications like the Christian Century and Sojourners and Salon. And then on top of that, he was just recently asked to deliver the lectures, the WOMAC lectures at Methodist University down in North Carolina. Yeah. So you might have to go all the way across the country to see the man, except for the fact that you can just come to the hospitality room. So please take advantage of that. Let us know that you're coming. Give us a call in the church office or use the link below this clip so that we can make sure that we have enough food for everybody. But please don't miss this opportunity. As you can see, these are some deep and meaningful themes. He's going to take us into those biblical themes of penitence and mortality, those big questions about who we are, why we are who we are, and who we are in God's sight. Hopefully you will be able to come and join us for this very, very important and significant afternoon. Hope to see you at church.